This channel is about
So amazing. Everyone, please welcome to the show, Ty Smith.
And if this is your first time visiting, I thank you for coming over here, but do me a favor, go over to my channel and I want you to check it out in its entirety. What you do is click on playlists, see all these different topics right here. These topics are all the different things that I do on this channel, which is why I call it a variety channel. Get an idea what my channel is about in its entirety, okay? Please do that for me. You will be helping the channel algorithm, but you also will be helping yourself by getting an idea of what all this channel entails. Once you do like that and you want to subscribe, double check and make sure that this bell notification is set to all notifications. All right. Appreciate you guys for that. All right. What's going on, folks and Folkoramas? I'm Ty Smith. Welcome to the channel. I don't have to give you all that intro or anything like that anymore. But anyway, glad you guys all came along for this here. I want to go ahead and update you guys on something I posted a while ago on Instagram. Okay. And what I posted on there, I talked about a lawsuit that had happened, and immediately what I said here, it says, you know,
tick, tick, boom. We're bringing the noise.
So anyway, Chicago, Illinois said today Liberty Counsel settled on the nation's first class-wide lawsuit for healthcare workers over a COVID shot mandate. And I had a lot of people that came back and said it hasn't been proved in court, and I can't even find a reputable news source reporting this either. GILF said, and there's a few other people that kind of mentioned it too. And in this right here, I'm reading this to you guys right here. The first settlement reached for healthcare workers and the lawsuit filed over COVID-19 vaccine mandate. The first settlement in the United States has been reached in a class action lawsuit filed by healthcare workers over the university system COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Chicago-based North Shore University Health System has agreed to pay more than 500 current and former health care workers a total of $10.3 million as part of the terms of its settlement. It's also changing its policy to accommodate religious exemption requests and rehiring former employees who were fired or forced to resign whose exemption requests were denied. Okay. Represented by the nonprofit religious freedom organization Liberty Counsel, North Shore employees sued, alleging they were discriminated against because they were denied religious exemption from the company's vaccine mandate. The settlement was filed Friday in the Federal Northern District Court of Illinois. This says this is the first of its kind action settlement against a private employer who unlawfully denied hundreds of religious exemption requests to COVID-19 shots. Liberty Counsel said its founder and chairman, Matt Staver, said it should be a wake-up call to every employer that did not accommodate or exempt employees who oppose the COVID-19 shots for religious reasons. Let this case be a warning to employers that violated Title VII. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act prohibits employee discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin, which I gave out about at the end, I sent out about 5,700 religious exemption templates and all that to give to people, which they have come back to be successful, which is awesome. And a lot of this information that we pushed out, it was in here. Okay. It was completely all in that template that I sent there. And still to this day, I'm still sending some out, but I think because of a lot of the things that are actually starting to, a lot of the restrictions and all that are kind of coming off. Not too many people are needing it though. So this says if North Shore had agreed then to follow the law and grant religious exemption, the matter would have been quickly resolved and it would not have cost nothing. While the parties have agreed to the settlement, it still has to be approved by the court. Employees of North Shore who were denied religious exemptions will receive notice of settlement and be given an opportunity to comment, object, request, or opt out or submit a claim, form a payment within deadlines yet to be established by the court. The settlement requires North Shore to change its religious accommodations policy, which it has agreed to do, and provide religious accommodation in every position throughout its company. Employees who were terminated because their religious exemption requests were denied are now eligible to be rehired. According to the terms of the settlement, they can apply for the positions at their previously held seniority level within 90 days of the court approving the final settlement. North Shore Director PR Corlett Urban told the center, "We continue to support system-wide evidence-based vaccination requirements for everyone who works at North Shore. The settlement reflects implementation of a new system-wide vaccine policy, which will include accommodation for team members with approved exemptions, including former employees rehire." So to break this down to you guys, because I've written out and gave out so many of these different templates right here, what this means is this. When you actually get a template, or the template that I've sent out to you guys, it pretty much give you like some basic layman terms, like type wording that you can use on there. So when it comes down to it, a lot of people don't understand, like when it comes to law, something can be considered a mandate, right? It can be considered a mandate, but it's only a mandate whenever you agree to it with your consent by you signing off on it or your verbal consent. So for example, the mandatee, let's just say where you work at, your facility that you work at, the mandatee may be your facility saying you have to do this, right? Or the mandator is a facility that says, we want you to have this vaccination. That's the mandator who's trying to push this out. The mandatee is you, right? But it does not become a mandate unless you actually consent to it, or you verbally agree to it, or you write in paper that you agree to what this company is pushing out on you. Otherwise, it's not a mandate. So you can look this up, look up the lawful term of what a mandate is. So in the templates that I handed out, it specifically stated that there's also different wording that you can use as far as you giving a religious exemption. Now, here's the thing, though. I legitimately have religious exemptions basically at every facility that I travel to, from St. Louis to Central Illinois. I don't have anything to deal with. I don't have no flu, no hepatitis, no hep A, B, C, D, any of those. I don't have any of those, right? But there are some people that they do, that they get those. And what I'm saying, though, is they get those shots and everything like that. So it made it harder for them to actually say that they have a religious exemption. But at the same time, it really didn't, because when it comes down to it, no job can question you about your religious belief, and you don't have to show them proof of any type of book or doctrine or anything like that you believe in, because nobody can tell you what your religious belief is. For example, you can be a worshiper of trees, worshiper of grass pellets, worshiper of sunlight, worshiper of photons. You can be a worshiper and have your religious belief in anything. And just because you sincerely believe in these held beliefs in this religious thing, your job cannot tell you, well, no, that doesn't suffice, because your job is not the one who can tell you what you can and cannot believe in. Right? So anyway, what I'm saying all that for is that there were a lot of folks that they got upset because the job verbally told them that they need to have their vaccination by a certain time. And if not, then they'll lose their job. Me, I made all of them say, well, you need to put that in writing. Put it in writing. Give me an email. Not one of my jobs did that. And that's when I knew, okay, something's up. See, folks, it's sad because a lot of people that I did work with, they got the vaccination. And when I didn't get it, and I was asked by many of my coworkers, CNAs, LPNs, RNs, I was asked by many of them, now we know how you are, Ty. You didn't get the vaccination. So, I mean, how are you getting by with it? I said, because I told him no. And it's not, and they can't make me do it. It's not lawful. I kept on saying all these things. And some of these people went off and got the vaccination out of fear, because what the jobs was telling them verbatim. And when they came back, that the jobs were like, okay, well, we're going to make accommodations and like I told them that they would have to do anyway. Then people got mad and wanted to cuss the DONs out and cuss out the facility administrators, etc. And I told them, you guys have to understand that people are only going based off of what they were told to do. They don't question. Some people, y'all, that's what the issue that we have a lot in our society right now, is that a lot of you guys don't ask questions. You guys don't ask questions. You guys will just go by what they tell you. If somebody tells you something and everybody else is doing it, a lot of y'all just jump board and go right along with it and just start doing it. And I don't do anything like that whatsoever. I'm going to like look these things up. I'm going to find something out. I'm going to like go through these different readings. I'm going to do a lot of research on it to see what I can and cannot do. And I just thought to myself, if I've never gotten any of these shots, even when I went through the medical portion of physical therapy, I didn't get anything. I didn't get none of those Hep B's, Hep C's, Hep A's. I didn't get anything. I didn't get the flu shot. I didn't get any of those things at all. Religious exemptions all the way through. So now with the new thing that came through with COVID, I'm like, no, it has to be the same way. There's a Nuremberg Code. I mean, there's a lot of things that folks, it was there. What y'all need to understand a lot of times that when it comes to things that is law and your rights, they are there for a reason. Those things are like a foundation. You stand on the foundation no matter what they say, no matter how much. If somebody tells you, did y'all know that water can put fire out? Well, it all depends on what type of fire it is. I'm just saying, basically, like, we got things that's going on. If you got something dry outside burning like grass or something like paper, you pour water on it. Did you know that the water is going to put the fire out? But did you know that if you have water out there, the fire cannot put water out? Right? Y'all do know that, right? What am I saying that for? What I'm saying this for is this. You represent the water, right? If somebody tries to sit there and put some fire on top of a water, it's not going to work. The fire is going to go out. So all the fire that they were throwing at you, some of y'all got tricked into thinking that you wasn't water no more. So what did you do? You actually just moved away. You moved away. You end up getting scared because they were throwing so much fire at you that you forgot that you have your rights. I'm talking about you and your individual being water. Water is like your rights. Stand on your rights. And a lot of people didn't want to do that because of fear. And I kept trying to push people to do it. And at all the jobs that I was at, all the facilities that I traveled to, you guys see, did I get fired? Did I get let go? No. Well, that's because y'all kept making up excuses, but that's not it. Anyway, let me go ahead and finish reading this right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the amount of individuals received in payments will depend on how many valid and timely claim forms are submitted. If all or nearly all affected employees file valid and timely claims, it's estimated that those who were fired or forced to resign after their religious exemption requests were denied will receive approximately $25,000 each. Those who were vaccinated under duress in order to keep their jobs against their religious belief will receive $3,000 each. The 13 employees who were the lead plaintiffs will receive an additional payment of roughly $20,000 each. Liberty Counsel will receive 20% of the settlement amount, of $2 million pretty much, to cover attorney fees and costs. Liberty Counsel's VP in Legal Affairs and Chief Litigation Counsel Hero Mid said the drastic policy change and substantial monetary relief required by the settlement would bring a strong measure of justice to North Shore employees who were forced to choose between their conscience and their jobs, or better yet, conscience, not just conscience. What about their religion? Their religion, they pretty much, it was like, screw you. Remember Arnold Schwarzenegger? Screw your freedom. Screw your freedom. This settlement should serve as a strong warning to employers across the nation that they cannot refuse to accommodate those with sincere religious objection to forced vaccination mandates. Staver added that it was especially significant and gratifying that this first class-wide COVID settlement protects healthcare workers. Healthcare workers are heroes who daily give their lives to protect and treat patients. They are needed now more than ever. And to go a little bit more into that, you guys remember when I was first doing all this and I was seeing all the different things that were going on within our workplace, and I was saying, oh man, at first we were heroes, and all of a sudden, because we're not going by what the world system is telling us to go by, all of a sudden you guys, a lot of y'all turn on those, well, you could be doing this, or you could be doing that, you could be blah, blah, blah. You're putting my safety. I just wish that all of y'all could just be back here. All of y'all that were doing all that dang on talking, you can be infecting my life. You can be infecting your grandma, your grandfather, your great-grand. You can be, I don't want. And now the CDC new guidelines came out. I want to know what y'all want to say. Well, that's because now the CDC has all the colloquial. Yeah. Because now you can be asymptomatic. And now guess what? They find there's no difference between any of us. I made a video on my Instagram saying, what is the difference between a vaccinated person and an unvaccinated person? You guys all knew the answer to that. So don't try to make it seem like I'm going against anything the WHO is saying on here, YouTube. I'm not going against anything the WHO or CDC is saying. The CDC has it on their website, what their new things are. And I'm going to do a video on that next so I can have people get into that. But anyway, as of right now, there really is I wouldn't say no update to where they say it has been settled. But I do know when it comes to things dealing with hospitals, hospitals don't like the things in which I find is interesting. Hospitals don't like to have things go really public. Y'all, in hospital settings and different hospitals that I go to, we've been sued quite a bit. There's a lot of things that happen within the hospital. People fall on the premises. Certain things are not in place in hospitals. They get sued over it. Malpractice, things like the sort. Hospitals usually try to keep this out of public. They don't want it to be in the public. But I'm almost positive that there are going to be other places in here that are going to get the same thing, unless within those forms that you signed when you consented to getting the COVID-19, and you might have had something in there to say that you cannot sue them, even if you blah, 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 because when ultimately it came down to being your decision, there may not be nothing that you can do about that, because you see that some of the ones in here, they got $3,000, but then also all different facilities that gave out the COVID consent form, the wording was different in a lot of those. So where it would say that, you know, if you do get this, you cannot come back and sue the job, should things change, should policy change, yada, yada, peanut butter. So we'll see how this all ends. But at the same time, kudos to you guys who stood your ground. To my fellow doctors, to my fellow PAs, my fellow LPNs, fellow CNAs, fellow painters, housekeeping. I talk to y'all, know who y'all are. I talk to all of y'all from every branch that helps out at the hospitals and in the nursing facilities. I've talked to all you guys about it. Kudos to y'all for standing y'all ground, and y'all know that I was there to help y'all, and I'm glad that I was able to. So anyway, let me know what y'all think of this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to double check to make sure that you are still subscribed to not just MRM Ministry, but also to my Modern Renaissance Man channel. I will be back up in about 3 or 4 days, okay? We're going to have to do some things drastically different. Not really, though. I'm still going to be me. So anyway, you just got to keep it cool, though, for until October. Yeah. Anyway, folks, appreciate you guys all coming over here and joining me. Don't forget that if you would like to support the channel, that's how you can do it right up there. You can just donate to PayPal right there. If you do, great. If you don't, great. If you would like to join Patreon, it's just $1, okay? You paying $12 a year just to join Patreon if you want to support the channel that way. That's how you can do it right up there, okay? Also, if you would like to send gifts to where they can be posted right here in the back and different places like that that I will put up, because most of the stuff back, everything back there is donated except for the pictures. The pictures are things that I got with like the Suja, you know, my guy David Harris Jr., Kayla McAnany. These are all just pictures right there. But all the stuff back there, you guys donated it. And that's where you can send it to, is that address right there. Do not worry, because I do not live there, folks. I will never have you send stuff to me. You will never have stuff sent directly to me, not to me. Anyway, folks, let me know what y'all think about leaving the comments below this video. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus. What's going on, everybody? So, hey, check this out. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to view these videos. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also right here is where you can catch the next video, the latest video that I've done. But like right up here, this is stuff that I've done kind of in the past. So in this area, you might find a video that I've done in the past. It can be funny, it can be something serious, it does not matter. But this is something that you can also do to check out more material that I do in my channel, because I do a lot in this channel, all right? So again, appreciate everything from you guys. Keep on watching it, keep on supporting it, and God bless you all.